Hello and welcome to another episode of Squirtified Engineering. I'm Sprutis, and if you're new to the channel then please consider subscribing so you can stay up to date with all my different projects. This is another status update episode. It's the one of 5 that I'm sort of quickly releasing just to get you up to speed of what's going on. So this is the 3rd in the order. So let's just jump into the unboxing directly. Enjoy. So the shopping season has begun, and first out was Singles Day, and I got this package from BRL, which was the abbreviation for Bilradiolagret, so car radio warehouse. And let's open it up. So one thing in here is a Christmas present, so I will censor that one in case he or she will be watching this. But this is the main thing. It was half price, and it's the Rockford Fosgate R152-S, so 5.25 inch speakers with dome tweeters. The idea is that I will try and install them in the BMW. The stock speaker size is 4 inch, but I think this will fit. There are a few that have managed to do so, and one sort of important criteria is the mounting depth, which is 49 millimeters for these, and apparently, since I have the Touring, the station wagon, I guess it's the same for the sedan, then you have 50 millimeter of clearance. But if you have the coupe or cab, then you have like 43 millimeters. So these have sort of built-in filters, I guess. We will see if I can install them in the normal position, or if I need to do something on the outside of the door panel. So that will. In the other one we have a bit of wiring. I don't need to open that one up. Razor blade gone missing. Currently I only have the base level sound system, so I have no room for tweeters. Okay, so a cup for the tweeter, and then we have one tweeter here. Let me see if I can open this one up. So it looks like this. I'm not sure, because I can get the covers which also doubles as a housing for the tweeters. So perhaps if I get those, then maybe this will clip in. Not sure. Two different types of mounting cups, I guess. This is the first time I've bought a kit system. Tweeter and well, 2-component speaker setup. But it looks and smells nice. So this is the first piece to come in for this shopping season. And yes, there will be more. I save a bunch of stuff during the year that I make my own wishing list, and then I buy them for Black Friday if the price is good enough. And yeah, so back to the studio. So Black Week stuff are arriving. I picked up 2 packages, but the smaller one is not the Black Week thing. It's just something that I really need. So let's start with that. So this is a Bluetooth interface for my car, and it's round. It's the KL004B. So it's Bluetooth 2.1. I'm reading on different lines at the same time. It's Bluetooth 5.1, and it's has the possibility to pair 2 devices. So we have one 3.5mm plug and one USB. They claim that the steering wheel controls will continue to function, so it will be exciting to test this out in the morning when I drive to work. In case this works fine, then I don't really need to do the big update of the BMW stereo system, but I might do it anyway for fun, in case I get the parts at a good price. But yeah, we will see how that goes. This was the BMW 2 Air thing. It's shipped from the Netherlands, but it's made in Germany, or it's tagged in Germany. The bag has a tag for Germany, but it's shipped from the Netherlands. So that's weird, but I guess it's made in China, like most other things. The shipping was extremely slow, in my opinion. I ordered this on the 4th, so basically 20 days for something to go within Europe. That's odd. But here we have a Black Week thing. So it's from the store Mexter. Let's have a look. Packaging material. Brake caliper paint. So this is the circuit gray. Then we have brake caliper paint, and it's the Strato Silver. And then we have brake caliper paint, and it's the Racing Rosso, the same one that I have on my brakes, both original brakes and the Mercedes Evo setup. And then we have caliper paint, and this one is carbon black. And then we have caliper paint. And this is another one of Circuit Grey. And that's it. Unless you want to handle the bill. I already paid. Yeah, so I like this paint a lot. I've used it on 2 cars. I've used it on my engine block in the Supra. So on the Supra I painted first the brake calipers in 2010 maybe, and it still looks nice, although a bit dirty now. The engine block I painted in 2012 and it's holding up fine. With the new brake setup I went a bit further and did some wet sanding and so on. So that turned out really nice. The Circuit Grey, I will use this on the hubs. Nice contrast, and also in case something cracks, don't think it will, but just in case, then it will be easy to spot it. And then we have the carbon black, which is a metallic one. All of these are 3 component sets, by the way. So basically it's actually two part. So we have a hardener and the paint, but then they have the cleaning supplies and brush and so on. I usually use a different brush. What I might use this for details on the hubs, like maybe not the brake shield, but some other parts. We will see. Maybe some parts on the drive axles. The Racing Rosso, so the same one as I have on the current calipers. It's also the same color that I have on my differential and the control arms, but the differential and the control arms are painted in another polyurethane paint, 2-part. But I think I will be using this also on something on the drive axles, drive shafts. And then we have the no, this was the Circuit Grey, the Strato Silver, the first one here. I think I will paint this, if I'm correct, this is the same paint that I used on the engine block, so I think I will be using this one on the power steering pump and eventually also the alternator, in case I renovate that one. So the brackets for the power steering pump will probably be in the carbon metallic black. So back to the studio. So it's now Sunday, meaning 2 days after Black Friday. It's still Black Weekend going on, and tomorrow we will see Cyber Monday, which basically is just a continuation of Black Friday. But we were able to score some things on Black Friday, and many of the things are basically driven by the channel, because in order to edit all the content that I have for the channel, I need to have a certain level of performance in my computers. My current computers are not really up to date or powerful enough to handle the stuff, especially the videos from my GoPro Hero 9. My stationary computer can manage it somewhat, but it's a bit tricky, and the laptop is even worse. The laptop is now 7 years old, and it's basically a mid-level computer, but well built. So one thing, also the stationary computer or desktop does have some problems. I did try to remedy a bit last year, first by changing the CPU to a second-hand one, so that one came from Greece, and later on I got a 960 GTX, but I'm not sure if my power supply can provide enough current. So I got this. So it's the Corsair RM850X, so RMX series. It's a modular power supply, and the fan is also temperature controlled, which is nice because the computer is in our living room. But hopefully this will be able to provide some good power to my computer. Also clean up a little bit in the computer case. So we will see how that goes. Another, and that was from Net. It was a bit tricky when we got it because the different products were misplaced. So for example, there is a white one. That one was standing on a completely different shelf. It's still power supply shelf, but not the correct one. And they do have an 850 watt version, which the price is roughly 1600 Swedish crowns. This one was 1200. Initially I wanted to buy the 750 because that one was even cheaper, but this was just 100 crowns more, so I think that was a good choice. And another thing, when I'm using the desktop, in order to connect my external hard drives to the USB 3 ports, I need to sort of reach down behind the computer and connect it. So and that it's a bit riskful because it's easy to drop it. So I got an extension USB 3 cable. This one was, I think it was on sale, but still 90 crowns. And then the USB 3 hub, 4-port. The thing about these is that most of them come with USB-C connector, meaning it's meant for laptops and so on. So then if I were to get one of those, then I would need to buy a USB-C to USB-A connector, which the normal USB connector is. But this one actually had USB-A connector, so then I will be able to keep everything on top of the table, more visible and more easy to handle. These were also from Net. And the last thing was the Kingston A2000 1 terabyte. So it's an M2 SSD. The idea here is that I will buy an external case and use this as a small bring with me hard drive. More convenient, less risk of damaging the hard drive, as my other external drives, they are mechanical ones, so I don't want to upset them too much. But yeah, this was basically half price compared to some other stores. So 800 crowns for that one. And then this is actually a Christmas present from Sid to me. So it's the Huawei Watch GT2 46mm Sport Edition. Maybe we can open it up. So like that. So I will need to charge it and test it out a bit, but it looks really nice, I think. So thank you, Sid. So when opening the box, which looks quite exclusive, there's a small pull tab and then another extra compartment containing the manual and this charging station. So USB-C connector, and then the other one goes on the other underside of the watch. And then an extra USB-C cable. So no actual charger. There isn't really a need for one, since I guess they expect you to already have a watch, a phone. So then you would have the it's a magnet. Yeah, so you would already have a phone with the charger. So initially I tried to put the watch on in the incorrect way, meaning the magnet will repel the watch. So if I turn it around, then it will line up correctly. So that's nice. So now I need to 3D print a stand so that it can be sitting like this and charging. So now I'm only holding the charging pad. So if I print something that can hold that and go out, maybe along the cable, then it can be a nice stand on the desk or bedside table. I just need to get the bedside table first. So the next thing is the biggest thing, and it's quite expensive. I would never have bought something like this if it wasn't for Sid. So she is an enabler. But like I said, my current laptop is 7 years old. It can't really keep up with the things that I do. And when I continue and expand on the CAD drawing for the new house, I would need a lot more power. And if I were to upgrade my stationary computer, I would need a motherboard, CPU, graphics card, memory, power supply. And the total of that would be more than the basically equivalent laptop. And the downside would be that it would only be here in the apartment, not in the house. So here I have a big laptop. Thank you. So in the box we find another box. A very nice looking box. And you have the logo and you have another logo. So Lenovo, Legion. We're breaking the seal.
Everybody else wants to see too.
So we have another box. So here we have the basic stuff. Cable. Very big. So this is the 300 watt charger. Some of the stores will actually ship or include the lower one, 230 watts. So if you assemble a laptop on Lenovo's homepage, this one will actually cost extra. Some decals. Now. Thank you. So we have some paper and then a nice protection. Always use protection. What? The computer might be damaged otherwise. Oh. Hoo-hoo. And it's all cold from the metal case. Ooh. Wow. This is extreme. Extremely extreme. So pretty. How cool is that? This is what greeted me. You have I prefer to have a keyboard with the numpad on the end. So this is a gaming computer. Basically that's the only way to get the hardware that I want. So after looking around quite a bit, I decided that I want the Ryzen 7, the 5800H. I want the GeForce RTX 3070, and I want a primary hard drive of 1 terabyte. Most of the gaming laptops come with 512 gigabytes or half of a terabyte, and I feel that's too small for me, at least, even with the extra terabyte or the 5 terabyte mechanical hard drives that I have. But yeah, so I could have bought this from Lenovo, their homepage, but it would take some time to get it delivered, maybe 6 weeks or something like that. So we instead went to Elgiganten, and they came through in quite a big way, because this laptop does not have the same model number as the one that Lenovo sells, nor does it have the same model number that another store called ProShop sells. But the hardware specification is the same. But the one from ProShop, that one is, their storage is, or warehouse is in Denmark. So not in Sweden, meaning they can't match the price. And they can't match the price just like that from Lenovo. But the guy I was talking to, he went and spoke with his boss, and he got the green light for this. So they were able to finally match the price at Lenovo, and that was a price that I was happy with, or happy enough with. And basically this will easily last me 10 years or something like that, and it will be working hard. But yeah, this is so extreme. Just wow. And since I already have a Lenovo laptop, maybe I can, since the power plug is the same, so maybe I can use that like a backup charger or something. Another thing is that I wanted actual ports. Many of the laptops, not really gaming, but the gaming ones are getting less ports on them. But this one actually has a wired Ethernet, USB-C, 3 USB-A ports, the power plug, and HDMI. So I think that will work nicely. And one of them, you have some icons here, and one of them indicates that it's for charging. But it's maybe a bit on the heavy side, but yeah, I think I will be very happy with this, considering my old laptop was a Lenovo, and basically it's been problem free for 7 years, and I've used it basically every day. So that's really nice. And we have here on the side also 2 ports, one USB-C and one headphone jack. So yeah, I will need to set this up. So back to the studio. So as you probably could guess, these were parts from Black Friday, and yeah, it's like always there is some sort of car care products, but the biggest thing is of course the laptop. And I mean, for me it was insane. I would have never guessed in my entire lifetime that I would buy something like that. But I've used it for a while now. I don't dare to bring it with me yet, but I really like this laptop. It's just amazing. I'm happy as soon as I open up the lid. It's so cool. Yeah, it's really powerful, so there is never a hiccup basically. So that's really cool. And hopefully I will be able to make better content for you, and especially now when I can handle all the video files, which I barely could do before. Now I can do that without any reduction of speed, so that's good. But stay tuned for another status update in about a week. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.